Good morning, children. Today, we have an important lesson to do. But before we get into the lesson, I have some friends with me right here. They will stay with us for today's lesson. We have Mr. Penn, Mr. Bottle, Madam Plant, you can call her Rosie, and we have Mr. Cheetah. From this morning, they have been having this heated conversation about who is living and who is not living. So Mr. Cheetah is well convinced that he's a living thing, right, Mr. Cheetah? And Rosie is convinced that he's not a living thing. So I'm going to sing them a little song today, so they will understand at the end if Cheetah is living or if he's not living. So children, I want you to help me. You might not know the words to the song, but I want you to help me. So this song is to the tune of God is Good, and we all know God is good, right? Excellent. Living things, living things, living things, eat, breathe, grow, move, reproduce, and have senses. They possess life, for example, humans, animals, plants are living things. They are living things. Non-living things, non-living things, non-living things do not have senses, and they do not possess life. They do not breathe, do not eat, do not grow, and do not reproduce. For example, pen, rocks, buildings, and gadgets. Good job. Give yourselves a clap, boys and girls. Wonderful. So let's go back to Mr. Cheetah and Rosie. What was that, Rosie? I don't think Mr. Cheetah is living. Really, Rosie? Why you don't think Mr. Cheetah is living?
I am a living thing. I am a living thing. I can talk. I can move.
Yes, Cheetah. You can talk and you can move. But can you do that on your own?
I can do it on my own.
What are you saying, Rosie? If you take out Cheetah's battery, he will not be able to move, Rosie. Don't be mischievous now. But that is correct, Rosie. If you take out Mr. Cheetah's battery, there is no possible way you can move Cheetah because you are moving because of the battery. Yes, Cheetah. Yes, you cannot move on your own. And if you can't move on your own, Cheetah, there is no way you are living. What was that? If Rosie is a living thing, yes. Rosie is a living thing because Rosie moves on her own, Rosie can grow, and Rosie breathes, Cheetah. Yes, Cheetah. So you understand now? You are non-living, even though you do things that living things do, and Rosie is living. No, man, Mr. Bottle is not living, and Mr. Penn is not living. All right? I'm feeling a bit thirsty, so I'm going to drink some of my flavored water with a touch of lime. Water, thirsty. But boys and girls, you know what? Before I drink the water, let us talk about the things that living things need to survive. Because we can't just survive like that. We need things in order to survive. The first thing that we're going to talk about is actual water. It doesn't have to be flavored water, but living things need water to survive. You know, we have to eat, so we need food in order to survive. We can't live out in the open. We need shelter, somewhere to stay, somewhere to live, to survive. And you know what's a very important thing? That as living things, we need to survive the air that we breathe. Without this air, boys and girls, it is impossible for us to survive. This is mainly for humans and animals. But as you know, Plants are also living things. Plants need nutrients. They need light from the sun because that helps them to grow. They also need water. So boys and girls, these are some of the things that we need as living things to survive. We're going to move into a little activity. I think I'm tired of the talking now, so I want you to help me to do something. We're going to do a chart game. So sit, boys and girls, ready up because we're going to get right into this activity. Boys and girls, remember one of the basic things that we need to survive as living things is air. So I want you to stand with me and take a deep breath in. And let it out. Wonderful. One more time. Good job. Now we're going to move to our board here. Now, as remember, boys and girls, we're talking about living things and non-living things. So we're going to do this activity where we find out if the things on the board are living or non-living. Now let's look. We see right here Mother Earth. All the dirt, and I wonder if this is living or non-living. Where do we go? Living, living, stop? No, because this is, good job, non-living. Excellent, boys and girls. And now we look and we see this nice little girl here. Let's name her Dell. Is Dell living? Can Dell breathe? Can Dell move on her own? Wonderful. That means Dell is, ding, 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 awesome. Living. Good job. Good job. Now we see here. Is this Simba? No, this is Simba's look-alike. Roar! You see the lion. Is the lion a living thing, boys and girls? Is the lion non-living? Living. What are you saying? Living is correct. The lion is actually a living thing. Where do we go? Now let's look at the words that we're seeing below here. Let's look at this one. It says, for survival, they depend on water, air, and food. Who depends on water, air, and food? I do. Do you? Yes. That means we are correct. Living things. Excellent. Now let's stay down here and look again. And we take another paper. What does this one say? They are not sensitive. And they do not respond to stimuli. So if I pinch them, ouch, they wouldn't feel that because your guess is as good as mine. They are non-living. Good job. Do we go to pictures now or words? Now, since I'm right here, this looks like the cockpit country of a nice little forest. And in forest, we have what? I think so too. Plants, trees. That is just about right. These are also living things. But I think the non-living corner is getting a bit lonely. Let us see if we can find something that is non-living. What is that? What are you saying? Yes, I remember non-living things cannot move on their own. Let us see if we can find that. Right here. And we say that if they can't move on their own, they are non-living. I like this. I like how you're remembering. Now let's look at Mr. Birdie here. Tweet, tweet. Is he living or non-living? What says you, Cheetah?
He's living.
Good job, Cheetah. He is living. Wonderful. So the bird is a living thing. Now let's look. We have right here The mountains. Can the mountain move? Oh my Lord. Boys and girls, my movement is so strong. Can the mountain move? No. Can the mountain eat? Can the mountain breathe? No. That means the mountain is non-living. Good job. We have 2 words left down here, 2 sentences. They do not reproduce. Do you know what reproduce means, boys and girls? Here's what I want you to do. Write the word down, R-E-P-R-O-D-U-C-E. Add that word to your vocabulary list and find the meaning. You're going to tell me the meaning in next class. Good. And we're saying that this, non-living, excellent job. Now to the final sentence. They undergo growth and development. Yes, we're all growing and we're all developing. That means we're what? Good job. We are living. Excellent. I am so proud of you. Give yourselves a hand. Wonderful. Good job. Now we're going to look, because here's what I want you to do for me. We're going to make a tally chart, and we're going to use the information on this chart. So we're going to find out how many living things and how many non-living things. So let me give you a little time to do that on your own. Now let's check to see if we have the same answers, because I did my tally chart. So I want to see if we have the same answers. I know on your tally chart you have living things and you have non-living things. Now let's see. You have 1 for Delhi, 1 for the lion, 1 for them being dependent on water, air, and food for survival, 1 for growth and development. Now we are at 5. Do we write another line for 5? Go again, I'm hearing. Good. You put a line through. You make a line across for the 5th one. Excellent. And then we move on to the 6th one. Good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Line across to make 5, and then a single line for 6. So how many living things do we have? 6. Excellent job. Now let's look at the non-living things. 1 for dirt, 2 for them not being sensitive and do not respond to stimuli, 3 they cannot move on their own, 4 they do not reproduce, and we get to 5, the mountain. And what did we say when we get to the 5th one? Good job. You put a line through it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the line across to make 5. Good job. So we have 6 living things and 5 non-living things. Good job, boys and girls. Do you remember punctuation marks, question mark, comma, and full stop, full stop. Do you remember punctuation marks, question mark, comma, and full stop, full stop. Do you remember these punctuation marks that we did a couple of weeks ago? Good. When do we use the question mark? Go ahead. Excellent. When we're asking a question. Good job. When do we use the comma? What was that? When there's a pause, okay. And when we're also wonderful, when we're listing. Good job. Now, when do we use the full stop? At the end of a telling sentence. Good job. I like this. Give yourselves a hand. Wonderful. Now for our next activity, we are going to use these punctuation marks. Yes, good job, good job. So you're going to help me to fill in the missing punctuation marks in this paragraph. Ready? Good job. Now let's go. Do you know what makes living and non-living things different? Which punctuation mark do we put here? Good job, a question mark. And why are we putting a question mark? Because it's asking a question. Good job. Living things possess life. Excellent, a full stop because this is telling us something. Wonderful. Non-living things do not have senses. Good job. Another full stop because this is also telling us something. Living things breathe, move, eat, and reproduce. Now let's look at this one again. Living things breathe. Nice, comma, move. Good job. Another comma, eat and reproduce. Do we put a comma at reproduce? No, why? Good job, because the sentence is completed. So we put a full stop. Excellent job. Non-living things don't do any of these things. Full stop. Excellent. Living things and non-living things are not the same. Full stop. Good job. Let's read it together now. Do you know what makes living and non-living things different? Question mark. Living things possess life. Full stop. Non-living things do not have senses. Full stop. Living things breathe, comma, move, comma, eat and reproduce. Full stop. Non-living things don't do any of these things. Full stop. Living things and non-living things are not the same. Full stop. Good job. Good job. Pat yourselves on the shoulder. Excellent job, boys and girls. Excellent job. Now, this has taken us to the end of today's lesson. Hold on. What is that you're saying, Mr. Cheetah?
I am not living.
Oh, no, say it a little louder because when you were saying you were living, you were extremely loud. So say it a little louder.
I am not living.
But Cheetah, you learned something new today, man. Excellent, Cheetah. You are not living. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So boys and girls, it was nice of you to tune in today. So I want you to remember everything that you learned today. Read it, remember it, because living things and non-living things are not the same. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time with our integrated lessons. Thank you.